There are a couple ways to ensure that you are creating an interesting character. This is through direct characterization and indirect characterization. And I'm going to demonstrate the differences between these two. The first type is direct characterization. This is a character's traits, their looks, their desires. They are told directly to the reader. Indirect characterization, on the other hand, are details of a character are shown to the reader and are not explicitly stated. Just based off of those definitions, you may already be thinking of the differences between showing versus telling. Both are actually important to tell a good story, but I'm going to demonstrate why indirect characterization can be really effective and why direct characterization can be really effective. These are all examples of direct characterization. He was tall, he had black hair, he liked to eat pizza, in a fight he never gave up. These are all things that are being told to the reader. Some of these would be really difficult to do indirect characterization. Like, he was tall, although I guess we could say that he was always like towering over other people, or he had black hair. That would be difficult. He liked to eat pizza. We could actually show that. We could have multiple scenes in the book where he's eating pizza. You never have to mention that he likes eating pizza. This last one, though, I think we could actually do a much better job of by using indirect characterization. In a fight, he never gave up. Let me give you an example for that one. So here we have the same example of direct characterization. In a fight, he never gave up. And then we can see what happens when we move this into indirect characterization. We can tell that it's definitely extended the scene. This is the whole thing of showing versus telling. In telling, you can get that information across really quickly. Whereas in indirect characterization, you're usually going to have to write out a scene, but it does bring your reader into the scene, which is going to help them make an image in their head. So the indirect characterization is he fell to the ground, clutching his gut, wincing, but he gritted his teeth, pushed himself off the ground, and stared down his opponent. Then, after a heavy breath, he's waved his attacker toward himself again. Come on! Keep in mind that it's always a good idea to have a balance with your characterization. You're going to want to have some indirect characterization in there, actually probably a lot, because that's what's going to really get the reader invested in your story and feel like they're there in the scenes. But you're also still going to need to use that direct characterization as well. And it can be really effective, especially if you don't want to bring us into a scene to tell us that a character, to show us that a character is tall, that a character likes to eat pizza, that a character has, black hair. If you liked what I had to say today, please follow for more, like, comment, favorite.